Well, right now we're in this phase where we're trying to figure out what this project is going to look like exactly, how much it's going to cost, what the scope of it's going to be, what we'll deliver. And before we can go forward and really define this for the leadership and say, here's what you're going to get, and here's what the university is going to get over the next few years, we wanted to check in and make sure that the students, the faculty, and the staff have a say in that. So what we visited, well, 3 or 4 different student government groups. We've visited several large staff groups, such as the Voices of the Staff Technology Group. And then we interviewed several faculty members. And the feedback has been all over the board from these folks. There's been a lot of passion about the topic. People do recognize in some ways it's just email, it's just calendar, but on the other hand, it's a fundamental tool to what they do. And they see the opportunities with what the other tools that Google could bring to them could be. And so we've seen some really good ideas, people suggesting things that maybe we can include in the project, some that maybe we need to do in later phases. But everyone has tried to bring to us some sense of what would make it work for them. How could we deliver these tools better to them? We've asked them questions like, what's the best time to deliver it to you? What kind of training or materials would be helpful? And it's been very interesting that there's a wide range of people with different opinions on that. One of the biggest surprises, we've had a number of interesting suggestions that made us look at things differently. But one good example is there are certain tools we were thinking of including in the project because we thought that they would help us replace some of the existing tools we had today. And we went to one group that had sort of technology expertise in certain areas, and their feedback was, no, that won't fit for these reasons. And sure enough, they were right. So we're changing the scope of the project to drop that based on their feedback because they convinced us it wouldn't bring the value that we were hoping for. And in other places, they confirmed that what we were doing was appropriate, so that was equally as important. Well, we've already started using the feedback just in planning. So as you have to estimate what is the effort we're going to put into, and how are we going to approach training people, communicating with people, and those kind of things. And so as we've defined the project, their input has helped us specifically define how big that should be. So as we go forward to the university leadership and say, here's the investment we need to make this successful, we have a little more background to that, knowing that, yeah, we're trying to meet these needs. Well, first, it's worth saying on a timetable, it's interesting as you talk to people, some people would like you to go really fast, and they think we're going way too slow. And some people would like us to go slow, and they think we're going way too fast. So I suspect whatever we pick won't be perfect. I can tell you the project was officially approved in the middle of January by our executive committee. And we started full force after that. And we're at this key stage right now, or juncture, where we're going to decide the specifics and get approval. But roughly right now, before we've officially received the approval, I would say we expect the student body to be moved into Google sometime over the course of the next school year, probably the second half of the school year. We don't know how long that'll take. We don't know the exact days. We've been asking students, would you like to see this more over the summer? Would you like to see this more during the term? We've gotten a lot of different kind of feedback from them. But we want to start with the student body. We think we've talked to a dozen different schools that have rolled these tools out, and everyone who's rolled out to the students first and has said that's the way to go. The students are the most flexible generally, most predictable for us, and they provide us a really good feedback and ways to deliver to them. And then we're going to follow with the staff and faculty. And we have a few different requirements for the staff and faculty, so we hope to learn. The students will help us do that next phase even better.